What's up, everybody? It's Bear with BearIndependent.com and the lovely outhouse. Look at this decor. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous decor, and the best camera work. Yeah, propane heater going, -9 outside. Good times. In our ongoing conversations about back to basics with preparedness, I wanted to touch on something that comes up over and over and over again. Many people are new to preparedness. Welcome. Hi. Glad to have you here. Thanks for playing in our sandbox with us. We appreciate you. And when you become new to preparedness, or if you've been in this game a long time, you end up asking the question, what do I do about my family members that won't prep? They just won't do it, Bear. Well, applying logic and reason to this situation, we have to look at what can we realistically do about it. You're probably going to fall into one of two categories. I can do something about it, or I can't do something about it. And this is going to come down to resources, time, energy, money, right? Blood, sweat, and tears. Do you have the expendable resources to prepare for people that cannot or will not prepare for themselves? And these are obviously people that you love, right? If they're people that you don't love, why bother? How harsh? Hey, resources are limited. You're going to prepare for grandma, or you're going to prepare for Jim from college that you haven't seen in 19 years and you don't care about, right? So you either can or you can't expend these resources to take care of somebody, because that's what you're doing. And this is positions of strength. You have to be good first so that you have the expendable resources to take care of somebody else. So your preps need to be handled first for you and your household, your wife, your children, whoever. Grandma, if she lives with you, Aunt Susie, whoever, whatever. Your food, your security, your water, your shelter, your fire, your bug out plan, including the bug out bag, all the prepper things, your commo, blah, blah, blah. All that's got to be squared away. And if you're looking for tips on that, the Prepper Classroom series playlist here on YouTube, it's free. There's 26, 28, 30 episodes there. Line by line, broken down Barney style of what do I need to know about commo? Boom, Prepper Classroom series here. And feel free to share those with people that are new as well. It's why we made them. They're in like a whiteboard classroom setting. You can take notes. You can get the Prepper Classroom notebook at the store at Bear Independent if you want the companion notebook. But the playlist is free here on YouTube, okay? So you got to handle your basic needs first. Then, if you can handle somebody else's basic needs, if you have the disposable resources to do that, you really need to ask yourself, do I want to? And this isn't necessarily should, because there's a lot of things that one should do per the world, per these social constructs that we have that aren't necessarily healthy for us from a mental, emotional, spiritual standpoint. Well, you really should do that. That's your mom. I don't know your mom. Maybe she's the sweetest lady on earth. Maybe she's a real jerk. I don't know. So, you can honor your mother and your father without taking personal responsibility for them, because, let's face it, they're adults, right? So it's up to you. Can you, should you, will you? So you have to determine that. Just because you should do something, can you, should you, will you? And if the answer is yes, you can do something about it, and you will do something about it, that begs the question, what should I do? Well, are they going to come to your place? Because we hear this a lot. Well, when the world ends, I'm just going to come to your place. We'll touch on that in a minute. If they're going to come to your place, the majority of the preps for that person should be at your place. They should probably have a little bit of food and water and medical at their place for an interruption in service, like Snowpocalypse 2021 or whatever. 2 to 4 weeks, which is very attainable. Let's be honest, very attainable. Even if you have no money, 2 to 4 weeks is very attainable. Scrimp, save, sell your junk. And a bug out bag that goes with the bug out plan. Okay, Mom, I've decided you're not a scumbag. I love you. If things go bad, you need to come here. Here's your bug out indicators. Here's your bug out plan. This is the route you're going to take. Here's your little ham radio. Here's your bug out bag. Best bug out plan in the world. Throw your stuff in the car, hop in the car, drive to my house. We got it from here. Okay? You can certainly do something like that. If that person's going to be with you, if you're going to take personal responsibility for them, for this family member that cannot or will not prepare for themselves. If you can't do anything about it, you don't have the disposable income, you don't have the resources, don't worry about it. Not that you need my approval, but I absolve you of that responsibility. If the question is between your wife and your children eating, or your mom eating, who lives somewhere else with you, or your neighbor, or your friend from college, or your whatever, you and your household first. That's positions of strength, right? If you can't take care of somebody else, don't try to, because now you're shifting your resources, you're splitting your resources between two different goals rather than executing on the one, the prime goal, which is for you to be good, so that you can execute on the second at your leisure or at your choice as you choose, the second goal of taking care of somebody else. Okay? So you really have to look at this logically. It doesn't matter if you can't do it. If you can't do it, you can't do it. Easy peasy. And I would submit that you can't do it until you've taken care of you and yours first. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Don't be that guy. If you can do it, do you want to do it? Do you feel convicted to do it? If you answer yes to that, and you can do it, then do it. Simple as that. Easy peasy, basic stuff. It'd take all the emotion out of it, all the baggage out of it, and just think about it logically. Then when it comes down to people that say, well, when the world ends, I'm coming to your house. Well, if you've told them to be prepared, and they can't or won't, specifically won't here, because there's a lot of people that won't, because you are, they're not gonna. I find that abhorrent, because it's devoid of personal responsibility. So if somebody won't prepare, even though they can, they won't prepare. You got a new pickup truck and a new bass boat and a house that's got 2 spare bedrooms in it that they don't use, and they've got the, $3,000 set of golf clubs and all the nice clothes and the blah, 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 but they can't find a little bit of time or money for basic preparedness. Well, if you're looking for sympathy, you can find it in the Bible between shiza and syphilis. I'm sorry, the dictionary between shiza and syphilis. I'm not a very emotional guy, in case you haven't noticed. So don't take sympathy on people that won't take personal responsibility for themselves and their loved ones, and then go as far to say, I'm going to glom off of you, who has executed on personal responsibility, who has gone without, who has scrimped and saved and not taken that vacation or bought that bass boat or whatever. Instead, has poured money, blood, sweat, tears, time, and treasure into being prepared. No. Just because you think you're coming here doesn't mean that I think you're coming here. And I would recommend you nip that in the bud as soon as possible. You could even send this video to the people that said that I'm coming to your house. And if somebody sent this video to you and said, hey, you're not coming to my house, now you know why. Okay? Because that's on you, bro. You run your household. Not my job to run your household. Okay? The blessing, protection, and provision of your family is your responsibility, not mine. unless I take it upon myself willingly to do it for you because I love you. But you don't get to say you're coming to my house when you haven't done anything to earn that privilege, and that's what it is. Also, why would I want you at my house? You've thus far, in my opinion, executed poor judgment. Because I've told you, you need to be prepared. We have a new presidency. We've got natural disasters everywhere. We've got a failing stock market. We've got a questionable economy. We've got food shortages. And you still want to live in la la land, put your head in the sand, and pretend that everything's fine? That doesn't sound like the type of person I want to be betting my life on. Make no mistake, that's what we're doing. And what in the world makes you think that I'm going to take a spoonful of food out of my kid's mouth and put it in yours? Short answer is, I'm not. And so now that we understand that, don't show up here if things go bad. I love you. You're my friend. But you're not welcome here because you're not willing to put in the effort to be welcome here. Now, here's where you have the opportunity to evangelize. I can show you what to do. I can tell you what to do. I will help you if the light switches are starting to click onto your brain. All the little light bulbs are lighting up going, maybe I should do that. It says in Matthew 18, if you reprove a brother and they receive it, you have gained a brother. So if you jump down somebody's neck and say, no, you're not coming here, and the light switch clicks on, you've gained a brother, okay? Now you can pour into that person. But you don't just get to come to my house and take advantage of everything that we've done to be prepared for us. That's at our discretion. That is discretionary spending. My security, my food, my people, my commo gear, my shelter, my fuel, my water. You don't have a right to it unless I voluntarily choose to give it to you. So, should I help my friends and family? Should I prep for my friends and family that won't prep? If you can't, don't worry about it. If you can't do it, why even worrying about it? You can evangelize to them, but if they're not receiving you, roger that. Cast not your pearls before swine. If you can't do anything about it, don't worry. If you can, then you need to do some soul searching and determine if you should, if you want to, if it's the right thing for you in your situation to do. If you have the disposable resources to hook up a friend, a family member, a loved one, and you feel so convicted to do it, then do it. Easy. If you can't, don't. If you can, determine if you want to. If you want to, then do it. If you don't want to, then don't. And you don't get to come to my house unless you're invited. And you don't get invited to my house by telling me that you're coming here, because I see that as a threat. I see you as a liability, not an asset, for all the reasons already stated. It's as simple as that. Now, I know that's a hard conversation to have, especially with somebody that you love. Some of the hardest conversations are the best conversations. Speak truth in love and be surprised what happens. Hope that helps, Bear Nation. I appreciate y'all. Hey, share this around if you would. That helps us get around the YouTube algorithms. And if you're new here, maybe consider subscribing. We appreciate y'all. Y'all are badass.